All-time wrestling. This is your review for 2. Good day, my name is Joe. Today I'll be going over all-time wrestling and how it plays with 2 players. Now, all-time wrestling is a 1 to 4 player game where you will be taking part in a wrestling match, an wrestling entertainment match where it can be one-on-one. You can take someone through a solo career mode in this all or nothing box, or even tag team with a 2-on-2. So let's see a little bit more how to play. So in all-time wrestling, each person's going to choose their wrestler. They're going to choose what type of match. This does come with some Extreme Rules match, but I'll be mainly focusing on the 1 versus 1 today. And each wrestler is going to have their own maybe reversal, some of their own special moves, as well as a hand of cards that they're going to start off with. You draw 5, you get to keep a couple, and that's kind of your starting hand. Your hand is kind of your resource. And you're also going to have some stamina and health, which are part of your resource. You're going to set the board up with your starting health that your person has, and the stamina as well. And every time you want to use an ability, one person's going to have the initiative, going to have the upper hand. They're going to be playing a card, using some stamina, and rolling a dice, comparing that number to what's on the card and any modifiers, and see if it's higher than that number. If it is, they get to do it, and that move, maybe the double axe handle where you do a little bit of damage, gain some momentum on this track. The more momentum you can have, the easier your finishers are, and the harder it is, to stop some of those finishers, or the easier they are to get off. But the other person can also reverse. They can also block. They can also use some of their abilities to try to influence the match. Every time you do a move on them successfully, they may be able to draw a card or get stamina. So it's a little bit of, how many cards do you want to play while you have the initiative? How much do you want to push your luck? Do you want to use all your cards and roll your dice? And hopefully by the end you've lowered their health enough that they can't kick out, and they roll high on 2d6 3 times, doing the 1, 2, 3 count, and you'll win the game. So let's see a little bit more what I thought about the game. So the components in this game, I really do like it. They come with each individual health and stamina mats. Everybody has their own personal player mat and personal cards for each of these wrestlers. It's really neat to kind of see some of these, to see the differences, to go through some of these moves, realizing why some of the momentums are high, or maybe they're harder to perform and actually perform and get off on the opponent, as you need to roll higher dice for some of the tougher moves. Or you can nickel and dime them all the way up and build up some combos. There's some combos, there's taunting, there's a ton of stuff in this game, all explained really well in the rule book. The references, they give you a lot of references, and I really like those. Very easy to get back to the table once you've played, and the quick references are really great. And the components, I really like all the components that they give you in the game. So let's talk about setup and table size. Setup, maybe about a 2x2 could be played. I'm pretty spread out because I'm halfway through the campaign, the all or nothing campaign, which is pretty fun. But that's the solo mode. But on a 1 versus 1, you can definitely play on a 2x2, and setup is a breeze. Everybody has their own deck. There's no adding this and that. Every wrestler is going to have their own deck, their own board, their own mat. You just set it up how it says, and you get to playing. So let's talk about the gameplay, and this is where it gets really interesting. If you're a wrestling fan, you can feel the back and forth. You can feel the momentum. Yes, there is dice involved, so there is going to be some luck. But what's nice about this game is the games are quick. The games may be 15 minutes long. They may be 20 minutes long, and you can play again. Play the same wrestlers. Play best 2 out of 3. Switch it up a little bit. I believe they give you 7, 8 wrestlers, different wrestlers in this. Just easy to get to the table and have those those mini bouts that you can. And they're really quick. Yes, it feels bad kind of getting beat down, but you're getting stamina. You're getting cards for your turn. There's a little bit of luck mitigation where you can discard a card while, if you roll a 1, you can discard 1 card on your turn to try to re-roll it. But as far as the pins go, this is just a thematic game all around that plays just like a wrestling match. The momentum goes back and forth. The moves go back and forth. You can chain moves together. You never know what's going to happen. I really enjoyed one of the extreme matches that we've had. Just a really quick game for 2 and very easy to set up to the table. But there's more to this box. There's the tag team matches, the cage matches, and the solo campaign has just been a lot of fun to go through. There's 3 people you can do the solo campaign who have their own little introduction, but you can play the campaign starting on chapter 2 with any of these characters, or the wrestlers. It's just a lot of fun, quick, doesn't take itself too seriously, and it is a joy to get to the table. So how does this game play for 2? Well, just know that the games are quick. So if you do get beat down one match, well, pick yourself up and try again, because the games don't last very long. And that's what I really like this for 2. You can get to the table really easily. Like I said, I really like Marvel Champions, but I do have to build the deck and craft the deck and get the villain, set up. And it does take a little bit. This, you just grab your 2 sets of cards with your buddy. You sit down, you set your starting health, you get your character, and you're ready to play. You start, just hitting each other back and forth. You can play multiple games in a row, and it's a lot of fun with 2 players. Now, I will say, I do appreciate that they give this solo campaign. I really enjoyed the solo mode. Really easy to get to the table as well. As far as, the Atoma has its own, let's say, cards that it uses as dice, but it gives you a good distribution. So they kind of fail as much as they succeed on certain things. So it's a really nice distribution for the Atoma cards. And it's just nice to have a lot of variety, a lot of wrestlers, a lot of cards, different ways to play, cage match, extreme rules, just a whole bunch of interesting things in this box for a wrestling fan. Now, I will say it really helps being a wrestling fan to play this game, but it is a lot of fun to get to the table. Games are quick. I like this game for 2. Sure, this is never going to be, number 1 game on BGG, but it serves a place in my collection. I really do enjoy this game. It's not for everybody, but if you're a wrestling fan and you're into board gaming, check this one out. I've had a good time with it. Just a lot of fun, a lot of dice rolling, a lot of luck, but the moves are good, the variety's fun, and the replayability is very high in this game. So hope you guys enjoyed the review, and until next time.